Galveston County Redistricting, a Test for Voting Rights Protections. By Darius Spearman, African Elements. Galveston County's recent redistricting has sparked a legal battle. The once majority-minority Precinct 3, home to a significant Black and Latino population, was dismantled in 2021. Consequently, these communities were split, creating 4 majority-white districts. Source: Capital B News. This redrawing reduced the Black and Latino electorate from 58% to just 38.6% in the new Precinct 3. Source: New York Post. Such actions prompted the U.S. Justice Department to file a lawsuit. They claimed this was a direct violation of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, aiming to protect minority voting rights. Source: Campaign Legal. Moreover, the issue escalated quickly. A Trump-appointed judge ruled the redistricting plan a clear violation of the Voting Rights Act. He described the act as stark, egregious, and mean-spirited. Source: New York Post. His ruling demanded that the county draw new maps. However, Galveston County didn't back down. They appealed the decision. Now, the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals plays a crucial role. As they review the case, the future of coalition districts hangs in the balance. The full circuit heard oral arguments on May 14, 2024. Source: Houston Public Media. The court's decision could set a precedent affecting coalition districts across the South. The history of redistricting in Texas is marked by decades of legal battles, racial tensions, and significant shifts in political power. Each cycle brings new challenges and controversies. Initially, Texas redistricted with every census, adapting to population changes. However, from 1876 through the 1960s, control was in the hands of a white Democratic establishment that used tactics like the white primary to suppress minority participation. Source: Texas Politics. Starting in the 1960s, demographic changes and federal civil rights enforcement began to disrupt old patterns. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 introduced preclearance requirements, making Texas seek federal approval for any changes. Since then, Texas has been found in violation of the VRA in every redistricting cycle. Source: Ballotpedia. The 1990s saw intense legal scrutiny over Texas's redistricting. Federal courts had to impose interim maps due to disputes. Notably, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down several congressional districts as racial gerrymanders in the landmark case, Bush v. Vera. Source: Senate MN. In 2003, a new phase began when Republicans, controlling the legislature, redrew congressional districts mid-decade. Most of the plan survived scrutiny in Lulac v. Perry, except for one district which violated the VRA. Source: Texas Tribune. After the 2010 census, Texas faced another round of legal challenges. Preclearance was still a hurdle until the Supreme Court's 2013 decision in Shelby County v. Holder. This ruling effectively ended the preclearance requirement, altering the landscape of Texas redistricting. Source: Texas Tribune. The latest maps, drawn in 2021, have sparked lawsuits claiming they dilute minority voting power. These maps are currently in use, pending ongoing litigation which could take years to resolve. Source: Democracy Docket. Thus, the story of Texas redistricting continues to be one of conflict, court battles, and crucial implications for voter representation. Ultimately, the outcome of this case could influence who controls Congress post-2024. Civil rights advocates warned that an adverse ruling could weaken the Voting Rights Act significantly. Source: Capital B News. This case not only tests the strength of Voting Rights Act protections but also shapes the political landscape far beyond Texas. Support African Elements at patreon.com/africanelements and hear recent news in a continuous playlist. Additionally, you can gain early access to ad-free video content. About the author. Darius Spearman is a professor of Black Studies at San Diego City College since 2007. He has authored several books, including Between the Color Lines, A History of African Americans on the California Frontier through 1890. You can visit Darius online at africanelements.org.